So, shalom to everyone and good rising. I'm getting ready to do this rising's reading. I'm going to hop right into it before I head on into work. I asked the Most High, as usual, what are some of the energies that we are dealing with, or some of the energies that are already ensuing. And that was the answer. That was the question of the reading. And these are the cards that came out to supposedly showcase the energies that are happening. So I went with the words of Jesus. The first card that flew out, and actually I put this card back in the deck because like three of these cards came out and I knew I only wanted one. I put all three back in the deck, reshuffled, and this one came out, and this resonated a lot with me as what's going on. So the first card says, all things whatsoever that you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Okay, so basically I feel like that's talking about our intentions, our spell work, our manifestations. The way that we can manifest the things that we are desirous of is that when we put our intentions out there, that we believe that they're coming, and that we believe that we're worthy of them, and that we can have them, and we shall get them. Okay, the next card that came out from the Crystal Oracle deck was the Tiger's Eye. And yesterday in excuse me guys, I had to pop my neck. And I want to say this came out in Scorpio's reading. Not this per se, but I think Tiger's Iron and Tiger's Eye are very close to one another, or they're often called the same thing. So yeah. Tiger's Eye was the next card that came out. Tiger's Eye deals with being calm, having clarity, balanced emotions, communication, and also intuition. So it says, if you have been plagued with negative thoughts lately, then Tiger's Eye Crystal will help you rid yourself of these and help you regain a positive and more inspiring attitude. You will soon begin to see things clearly and realize that there was really nothing to fear in the first place. Calm your thoughts and start to listen to your intuition. Know that all is well and that only love surrounds you. This card is also to do with communication. You may avoid unnecessary turmoil and problems by communicating clearly with others. Don't be afraid to express your views honestly and make sure there is no misunderstanding. You will gain respect and admiration for doing so. So, some of us could be dealing with situations where we could be trying to hold our tongue, thinking that it's the wisest thing to do, or thinking that we'll be keeping the peace by not speaking on something. But I believe that Spirit is having us to say, boo. You need to speak on it. I just heard you need to open your throat chakra. Okay. And you need to be honest, but also whatever it is, speak in. If you know that you're in a place where you're not calm about it yet, then wait until you can think rationally, which is where the clarity comes in, and where you can express yourself with clarity, where people will be able to understand what it is that you're talking about and where you're coming from. Okay, so yeah. So chill first, take a chill pill, relax, figure out what it is that you're really feeling, be it in your emotions or whatever. Get all of that together on one accord, in alignment, and then speak from that place and be honest about it. Boom. Next thing, from the Angel Therapy deck came past life issue. And it says here, this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. So some of the places that we may find ourselves in, whether it be in work, whether it's in relationships, wherever it is in our lives, there's something that we must have dealt with before. It seems to be cyclical and it keeps coming up and it keeps coming around, or maybe it feels familiar to you. And there are gut instincts and gut feelings that come up that, maybe you just can't shake, and you feel that they could be trying to lead you to do something or to think a certain way. I think when we get this card, it's saying to trust those things, but let's just go ahead and get the understanding from the book. So it says you drew this card because experiences and emotions from one of your previous lifetimes are influencing the situation that you're inquiring about. You have well-earned wisdom from that past life. So allow it to guide you in your present situation by trusting your gut feelings and hunches. Those intuitive impulses result from the knowledge that you've gained in an earlier life, so trust it. It also says that people from your past life are making themselves known to you in this lifetime. They may include a soulmate and family member, all with whom you may share karmic ties. In the past, these relationships may have been painful, but now is your opportunity to balance that karma, or to balance whatever it is that we sow and we reap, and break the reincarnation cycle if we should choose to. Basically, what that's saying to me is that there's some information that, because of a cyclical pattern that keeps happening in our lives, be it from a real life, true past life, or even if it's just past situations that we keep finding ourselves in, there's lessons that we have learned, and there are truths that we have because of it. We're supposed to allow those truths to lead and guide us so that we can actually learn the lesson and break the pattern. That's what that says to me. Okay. So we need, and some of us may not always see that so clearly. So we may need to actually ask and consult the angels, like, help us to remember what's going on. Like, help us to remember what it was that we did wrong in the last time so that we can get it right this time, so that we don't have to keep taking this particular test. Okay. The next card that was drawn from the, Angels and Ancestors deck is the Knight card. And it says, be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. So it says that with this card, the message is do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The knight is a knight in shining armor dedicated to, okay, that's not what I want to read. This represents the warrior in you. Whether you are a male or female, that energy is within you. The sword and armor show that he is courageous and strong, or it is courageous and strong. But if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. So it says the energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, or you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. So if you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and just let it protect you. I love that card. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love that energy. I think it was very self-explanatory. The thing that stands out most for me is about trying to force my will, and that, the truth is going to basically be revealed about whatever situations that we're in, and so we don't have to force it. We can just trust that the Most High is already working everything out, period. Like, that's a blessing to know, and things are going to be revealed. And I think that's really cool because the Justice card came out in one of my personal readings for myself that I recently did. I'm going to take my book with me to work today so I can look over that reading. The last and final card that came out from the Illumin Tarot deck is the Two of Hearts, which also for me is like the Two of Cups and also Temperance. So let's get the understanding here. So the Two of Hearts, according to the Illumin Tarot, deals with temperance, balance, and moderation. And for me, I always say that this is like a relationship card. So in this relationship, there will be these things like temperance, balance, and moderation. And I just kind of feel like basically somebody's relationship is about to become harmonious. And that's a blessing to me. But and when I say relationship, at that point, I was talking about a romantic relationship. So maybe a marriage, or a committed union. However, this can also apply to anything. It can apply to anywhere where there are people involved, friends, family, work life. Okay. Maybe there hasn't always been this temperance, this being able to work with what you have, this being able to have harmony and peace, working together, knowing when to draw back. Maybe that hasn't always been in abundance. And I feel like with this card coming up, it's about to reveal itself. So also I pulled the cards. I asked Spirit to tell me what signs could most resonate with this reading at this time. And the signs that came out were Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius. This could be anywhere in your chart. It could be your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, your Venus. I just heard Jupiter, Uranus. I just heard the moon. So anyways, basically I feel like it could be anywhere in your chart is probably what Spirit is basically saying. It could be in any one of your planets, whatever. So moving on, that's this rising's reading. I pray that it was helpful. I think that with this card coming out first, I think that we have to be careful. I think this is dealing with manifestations and intentions. And I think that what this card is ultimately saying is to be careful what you are thinking about at this time, because what you're thinking about and how you're thinking it will manifest will determine whether or not it will for you or it won't. So, yeah. With that being said, shalom. I'm on my way to work.